Instagram have just released their brand new terms of service, which comes into effect on the 20th of December 2020. So today, let's take a look at the new changes that they've made so that you can be aware of things and so that you don't break any new rules that are about to come into effect. The last thing you want to be doing during all these engagement drops is going out there and getting on Instagram's bad side, even more so than all of us creators already are. Now, I just want to say a big thank you to Robert, who is a lawyer in the USA who specifically works in the social media space. He went through the trouble of reading over the entire Instagram terms of service and then highlighting the new changes that they'd made and then posting it on his Instagram story, which made it very easy for me to put together this video. So a big thank you to Robert for saving me hours of time and my sanity. I may not have even been able to make this video without him putting that together and making it very simple on his Instagram story. I'll throw his Instagram profile up on the screen. He actually posts a lot of great stuff around the social media marketing world and the legalities of different things, so he's worth a follow. So let's dive into the 5 key changes that are being made to the Instagram terms of service as of December 20th. So change number 1 is how the service is funded. Now, this was quite a long change in the terms of service, although it's something pretty straightforward that a lot of us already know. Instagram are basically saying that instead of charging you to use their service, they instead sell advertising space on their platform to advertisers to fund the service. They went on to say that they do not sell your personal data and that businesses can tell Instagram their goals and what type of people they're trying to reach, and then Instagram will serve those ads up to those types of people. Basically, something that pretty much every one of you probably already knew. Instagram sell ad space to cover the cost of their service and to turn a profit. Now, change number 2 is a big one and probably the most important one in this video. And that's that if you post branded content on Instagram, you must comply with their branded content policies, which require you to use their branded content tools. So if you promote something after receiving something of value from that company, you are legally now required from the terms of service to use the branded content tool. I'll quickly go over the next 3 changes and then we'll dive into a bit more specifics on this towards the end of the video. This goes alongside their existing rule that has always been there where you're not able to impersonate someone that you are not. Now you are also not allowed to impersonate something that you're not. Not sure what that means. This likely will not affect any of you. I just thought it was a weird terminology that they've added in. That's very specific. If you know more about what they're talking about here, then feel free to drop a comment and enlighten us. Change number 4. This is that you cannot sell, license, or purchase any account or data obtained from us or our service. This includes any attempts to buy, sell, or transfer any aspect of your account, including your username. Goes on to say solicit, collect, or use login credentials or badges of other users, or request collections of Instagram usernames, passwords, or misappropriate access tokens. I believe this is simply an updated terminology of what they already had in their terms of service, based around buying and selling usernames, accounts, and selling things on Instagram in general. Because as far as I'm aware, it's always been against the Instagram terms of service to buy or sell any aspect of an account, whether it be a username, whether it be the account itself, or so forth. I think that's always been against terms of service, or at least for a few years now. Seems like they're just updating their terminology on this to get more specific with things.
Wait a minute!
It's always been against the Instagram terms of service to buy or sell any aspect.
Now, when it comes to buying and selling all these different aspects of the account, as well as verifications, I definitely know that there is an underground world of people who go about doing this, and there is a whole underground marketplace for this type of stuff. It's not something I partake in, but maybe with these stricter rules, it could lead to a drop-off in this. Either less people will be doing it because of the risks, and potentially due to the increased risk of buying and selling different aspects of accounts, the black market for these services may increase in price. Either way, it's not really going to affect me or 99.999% of you watching this video. There may be 1 or 2 of you out there who are involved in this business, and I probably know who you are. Okay, and moving on to the final change, number 5, before we dive in and talk more specifically about the whole branded content influencer marketing stuff. And that is that you can't post someone else's private or confidential information without permission or do anything that violates someone else's human rights. This is pretty basic, and I think anyone with common sense would have already followed this, whether they knew it was a rule or not. I guess it's kind of common decency, but don't go out there and abuse people's human rights on Instagram, and don't go out there and post confidential information that they have not specifically given you permission to do so. So in general, I would just say stick away from posting people's private information, full stop. Okay, so out of those 5 changes, the main one that you're going to need to know about is the whole influencer marketing / branded content tool, which probably will affect a lot of people, especially if you're doing any form of influencer marketing, or you are an influencer, or you have a brand, or are working for a brand, or are starting a brand, and you're wanting to leverage these incredible influencers who can help you massively grow your business. Now, in short, anytime you are given anything of value in return for promoting a business or individual on Instagram, you now have to use the branded content tool. Otherwise, you would be violating the new Instagram terms of service as of December 20th. Now, here's an example from Instagram's help page of, how this looks, how this works. So you can have a quick look at that, pause the video if you want, and that'll basically explain a lot of it to you. So it doesn't matter whether you were given this for free, whether you were paid money to promote it, or whether you were given product as well as paid for it, and potentially even if you were just given a discount of the product to get it, you have to use this tool. If being an influencer is your business, or it is a business that you are trying to get into, you are trying to become an influencer, then I would highly suggest you actually go ahead yourself and spend a bit of time searching through the Facebook terms of service, Instagram terms of service, and looking through the help pages just to get really familiar with the ins and outs and the specifics of these rules, so you don't accidentally break this rule or others, because there are more and more restrictions coming into play with this industry, as it is a very new industry and very under-regulated, and I'm sure that a lot of new regulation will get added to this soon. All in all, there aren't a lot of changes coming in this terms of service, potentially aside from the influencer marketing side of things, and the whole ability that you can't buy or sell any aspect of an Instagram account without breaching the terms of service. But you guys seem to enjoy me making these videos, even when there's not a whole load of new things, just to keep you updated, and if anything big does change, I'll be sure to make a video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video, like the video if you enjoyed it, and before we go, my brand new Instagram crash course is now live. I've linked it in the top link of the description. It's just $9. You can get in there and learn a ton about Instagram and go out there and crush it and get results. That's it from me. See you all in the next video sometime soon.